Dear friends, the topic we're going to discuss about today is TFL Topographical Test London, how to pass it. Um, Basically, what I find out these days, those who are applying with the new application, they have to pass the topographical test, which is designed by TFL and are taken by the TFL examiners. Most of the people are finding it very hard to pass that in a first go, and you only have, which I learned, you only have two chances to pass it. Then you have to apply again on all that thing. Um, the training center being there, which charging a quite a bit money for just to teach you how to read the map book. There's no many videos available which will help and tell you what the structure in there. I will try to tell you how to do that. In a part one, what we're going to discuss is what modules are being there, what's the structure of a passing marks, markings, and we're going to start with the module 5 first. I will tell you the reason for why we're going to do that. So let's start. What is topographical test? Basically, what the examiner are looking in there, they want to know, um, they want to assess you, that can you read the map, and if they give you two streets or points or locations, can you draw um, a waypoint from one place to another, and how accurate you are, how directed the route is, and also they want to know about a knowledge about your compass points and some knowledge questions from A to Z London, Greater London book, and that's all. Um, Topographical assessment modules. The module is designed by TFL. The module one is ability using map indexes. Is basically, if they give you a street name or any point of interest, you just need to find out or locate into the map. There is a way to read the map book. We will discuss that once we do the video about the module one. Second, in module 2 is planning a short route. That's between two locations. They will give you two locations. You have to direct them from you have to draw a route from one point to another, up to 5 miles, probably about on a one page. They can ask you a couple of questions from there, like the nearest tube station of the end point or the starting point, kind of things you have to tell them, which is on the map book. The third module is you have to plan a route which is up to 15 miles. Module 4, which is planning a longer route which is up to 30 miles, which can be involved a motorway if they've been asked to. And module 5, which is a general knowledge question based on the Master Atlas of Greater London. um, okay. Now the markings are, module 1 is 10 marks, module 2 is 21 marks, module 3, which is a medium route, is 28 marks, module 4, which is a longer route, 24 marks, module 5, which is a general knowledge question, that's 17 marks. So it's about 100 marks. You have to pass it with the 60 marks at least. um, what I would recommend you, if you go for a test, I would recommend that module 1 and 5 should be attempted first, because they are the smaller questions, and if you do them right, at least you can get 27 marks straight away. And then you have to do other three modules, and if you do even a little bit about the routes, you can get at least 60 marks. You can pass it. That's the reason we're going to start with module 5, then module 1, then we're going to go, because once you know module 5 and module 1, then you know how to read the map book, and then we can carry on for making the routes on 2, 3, and 4 module. This is just a direction. Most people do know that. If you don't, then it's okay. North is on the top, south is bottom, east is on the right, west on your left, northwest which is middle in the north, and east, southeast, which is east and south. Uh, Between west and south, this is southwest, and west and north is northwest. This is important because there's a couple of questions going to come with these directions or about these directions, so you need to know these. The question most chances these kind of questions will gonna come. There's a campus directions will be available on for you to see what they're gonna ask, what the examiner gonna ask you. Let's start with the point one and go to one street to east. So basically what the examiner asking you to do that, starting point is point one, go to east one street means this is your end point. So they will ask you what's the end point. So 2 will be the end point. If they ask you to start from starting point from street 1, go to east and then one street to north, so what will be your end point? So from start point to 1, you go to one street down to east, which is 2, and then one street north, which is here. Okay, so let's consider this is 7. Okay, so your endpoint will be 7, and let go for a bit more complicated, which is if the examiner asks you, go to from starting point 1, go to 2 streets down east, then go to 1 street down south, and then 1 street to west. What would be your endpoint? So starting point 1, go to 2 street down to east, which is 1 street, 2 street, and then 1 street south, which is street 6, and then 1 street west. So your endpoint will be number 5, right? I didn't draw the streets which is like in northeast direction, and northwest and southwest and east west. So idea is the same. As we discussed, that idea will be the same, and all you have to know is all about your directions, what directions you are doing that. And so let's say if you go one this, right, what we call it, sorry about my drawing, I know it's not very good, but you have to bear this. The examiner can ask you starting point 1, go to 2 streets down east. So this is 1 street, this is 2 street, and 1 street down northeast. What will be your end point? So basically it will asking you to go to point 8, and your end point will be street 8. So if you want to practice this, or you want to understand this, you can rewind this video and have a look. I will explain a bit more of questions, a bit more scenarios in the video 2 we're going to discuss. I will try squeeze the module 1 in there as well, to try to keep it as simple as that. If you want to know, if you want to ask more questions, or if you want to do any comments on it, please do so. So I'll be learning as well, so that will be help to many other people who are looking for the videos, can't get any help. They have to go to the training center, paying a lot of money. All they get out with is just what I'm trying to explain to you. Thank you very much.